Well, as we all continue to deal with the changes COVID-19 brings, you might have some legal questions. Paula had the chance to talk to attorney Phil Harding about how you can still get help.
Hey, Phil. How are you doing? I see you're at home and in the comfort of your own home.
I am. It's a different world out here. My entire office, we're working remotely these days.
Well, I hope you're staying safe and healthy, but it really is a whole new normal for everyone. I happen to be here at the studio. Joanna and I are taking turns, but most people are working from their homes. And are you able to handle all of your cases still from home with the coronavirus issues?
Yeah, I found that most all firms are working, and attorneys all have each other's cell phones and so forth. And actually, I'm finding that adjusters really want to settle cases because it keeps them busy. Now's the perfect time to be working on cases.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. You always keep it so relevant, with what's going on. And, right now, everyone's talking about coronavirus and social distancing. And so we're going to talk about that with you when it comes to personal injury claims and lawsuits. How are you dealing with your clients? How are you helping them?
Yeah, you know what? This is a whole different world. And so I'm going to be talking about if you've just been injured, whether it's at a car wreck or, slip and fall case, how to handle that case, or if you're coming up to about to, settle your case, then what you should be doing. And also what happens if your case is set to go to trial right now, what you should be looking out for.
So when it comes to trial, do most personal injury cases actually go to trial?
Well, let's just talk about in my office. So in my office, I know about 1 out of 20 cases that come in, I'm going to have to file a lawsuit on. So that's like 5%. And then the ones that I file a lawsuit on to go all the way through trial, that's like 1 in 10. So 10% of 5% is 0.5%. So it's really small. But for those people that have a case set to go to trial right now, whether it's personal injury or whatever, talk to your attorney. Your attorney is probably going to have news for you. As a matter of fact, there's just this new ruling that came out, or mandate, from Nathan Coates, who is, as you probably know, Chief Justice here in Colorado. And he specifically says, effective immediately, all jury calls in state courts, with the exception of jury calls for criminal trials facing imminent speedy deadlines, don't have to worry about that, are suspended through April 3rd, 2020. At that time, the continued need for further suspension will be reassessed. And remember, just yesterday, Governor Polis says everything's shut down. Everyone has to stay at home at least through 4/11. So that's going to be changing as well. Another thing to know, that even though your case may be set for trial, and that may be stayed, right? It may be stopped. If you have a statute of limitations that's about to run, you still need to watch out for that.
So what do you mean by that?
All right, so let's talk about what a statute of limitations is. It doesn't matter what's going on. So if you're involved in a car wreck, and let's talk about some statute of limitations, you still have to watch out. Even if you're still treating on this, you still have to watch out for your statute of limitations. And so let's go over some of them. Okay. As you can see right there, GIA, where you see that part that says GIA, that stands for the Governmental Immunity Act. And it's not really a statute of limitations, it's a notice requirement. So under the GIA, and let me give you an example. If you're hurt by the government in any way, let's say you're at state capitol and you twist your ankle, or someone runs into you and they're from the state treasurer, a car wreck, you have to send in this notice within 182 days, after what time you get the normal statute of limitations. So for breach of contract, that's 3 years. For a car accident, that's 3 years. And for a slip and fall, that's 2 years.
All right, so that covers the statute of limitations. Now, let's talk about some of the claims that are going on right now.
So let's say you were just injured in a car wreck, then really what you should do is you should seek medical treatment. And if you don't, or if you've done some treatment and then you're not seeking any other treatment, remember the insurance for the other side, or at trial, they'll say there's a gap in treatment. Here's an example. Maybe you went to the emergency room and then a year later you went to a doctor to see about getting future treatment. The other side, I think, is going to take you apart during trial.
Okay. Really quick question before we go. Because of this time of coronavirus, let's say you need to go to the doctor, but it's closed now, or, they're treating a lot of other emergencies.
Yeah, and so here's my opinion. With everything that's going on, and with only serious things that are being treated, and obviously injuries are serious as well, but life-threatening things, your doctor may not get to you. So let's look at this graphic and let's talk about this. Essentially, I want you to keep a journal of your pain and the treatment that's gone on. I want you to follow your doctor's treatment for home treatment, like if he has stretching or lifting weights or whatever. And then finally, when you can start to go back to your doctor, then remind them and say, you know, I really tried to get back in here during these past 3 months or 2 months that we were shut down. Can you please put a note in there? So I don't think it's going to be held, this gap in treatment is not going to be held against you. Just follow these things.
All right, great stuff as always. Whether you're here in the studio with us or helping us out from your home, Phil, we do appreciate your insights. There's so many reasons you're Colorado's best attorney. I want to remind everybody. I mean, you've been a super lawyer 9 years in a row, a top 100 trial lawyer, more than 11 years. You're an AV rated attorney, which is the highest ranking possible. You are Colorado's best attorney. We really do appreciate your time and your insights, and you stay healthy and your whole team, and stay safe. We appreciate it.
Yes, you too. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And if you have a question for our legal expert, go to KDVR.com and click on Colorado's Best. You're going to see Phil Harding's photo on the right. Just click there, send in your questions, and he will answer each question personally and confidentially. And to reach Harding and Associates directly, call 303-762-9500. You can also get a free consultation anytime. You can find him online at hlaw.com. We'll be right back.